Hello, friends. Hi, this is Jason Gorenstein, and bringing you some restorative yoga on Sunday, May the 31st, 2020. Hopefully, this class finds you well, and you're at least in a place of peacefulness and a nice place for being. So, for this evening's practice, it will be a very gentle practice, if you will. I'll be guiding us with some mindful meditation as well as some gentle Reiki. And this should be a nice class suitable for all levels of students. So if you guys are not already following my videos or getting updates, please hit the like sign on my Facebook page, and this will give you some access to my videos. And all these videos are going to be recorded, so if you miss a video, you can always watch the video after. So hope that you all are having a nice evening, and please feel free to join me with some restorative yoga. All right. So without further ado, we're going to set up into our first position. And for our first position, well, before even we do that, let me just get the sound set up. So give me one moment. Okay, so that should be better, yogis. So thank you guys once again. And thank you for joining me for this evening's practice. So I thought a really nice way to begin this evening's practice would be to start with a pose called legs up the wall. So if you're just joining us, this is legs up the wall pose. Obviously you need a wall. And what you can do is just take your legs and you can begin to bring your legs up the wall, just like this. And then lift your spine up, lift your back up, and begin to extend your legs fully up the wall. So this is our first pose. It's called legs up the wall. And as you take legs up the wall, just begin to close your eyes here and let your breath be long and slow. So we take legs up the wall pose really to change our perspective. So oftentimes in life, we are focused on our mind, our thoughts, and we're most of the day in some form of a standing or a sitting position. In the evening time, usually we find ourselves in a lying down position, and legs up the wall is a great posture to begin to find your way there. So as you start with your legs up the wall, just begin to notice your breathing and your breath. Beginning to notice both your inhalations and your exhalations. Now you can take your palms and you could keep them over your belly, or if you'd like, you could take your palms and allow your palms to face the ceiling. And just allow your breath to be long and slow here. As you continue to breathe, just start to feel into this idea of relaxation from the legs all the way down towards the face. And as I shared with you before, when we take our legs up the wall, this is a great posture just to take for a little bit of time to allow ourselves to be a little bit more focused on relaxation and ease, well-being. Continuing to breathe here.
As you continue to breathe, just start to feel how the body shapes down into your seat, really. So as you lie down, legs up the wall, and your head should be on a blanket or a pillow. Your hips should be on a blanket or pillow. And just start to feel how the weight of the body travels down. And it's really through gravity. So from the top of the feet all the way down towards the floor. And then from here, as you feel ready, you'll hug your right knee into the chest and gently rocking the right leg out and back in and out and back in. You'll take that right leg, you'll extend the right leg all the way up towards the ceiling now, and then you'll take the left leg and drawing the left leg out and the left leg back in and the left leg out and the left leg back in. Eventually re-extending the left leg all the way up the ceiling and releasing both feet there. That's it. And then from here you'll bring both feet down the wall. You bring both feet to a bent position and just begin to rock those legs all the way to the right and then to the left and to the right and to the left. As you rock those legs right and left, just start to feel into your breath. Natural breath traveling with the body. And eventually rolling over onto your side here. Good. Now you'll press your way up. And as you press your way up, you're going to take yourself and you're going to set up for our next posture. So for our next posture, we'll take a bolster, we'll place a block on the highest setting, a block on the middle setting, and you'll place a bolster on top. Then you'll take your blankets, you'll set them up right on top, and you'll take a blanket on either side. Blanket to the right side, supporting the hip, blanket to the left side, supporting the hip. And just begin to breathe here. So this second pose is called Supta Baddha Konasana. So you may have seen this pose before. Nice little cascade or relaxation here as you release the head down and then your back body and then your legs. So as you feel ready, and feel free to join in here. You'll take your feet, you'll bring your feet together, bring your knees apart, and just release down all the way over onto this setup. Now as you continue to breathe here, just start to feel into the aspects of letting go and relaxing. So as we relax, this is an opportunity for us to begin to explore the components of releasing and letting go. So start by noticing those face muscles. And begin to feel the face muscles relaxing very gently, very softly, from the crown of the head all the way down to the bridge of the nose. There's a similar release that happens from the top of the nose all the way down towards the neck. So you could see the body all the way down, and then from the throat all the way down to the center chest, from the center chest to the belly button, from the belly button all the way down to the base of the pelvis. Now as those legs relax in either direction here, just begin to feel the breath traveling in through those nostrils and out through those nostrils. allowing that breath to continue here, moving in through the nostrils and exhaling out through the nostrils. And breathing in, filling up in through the nostrils, exhaling out through the nostrils. So our first meditation is just simply called breath awareness. We're just aware of our breath. Aware of your inhalation and aware of your exhalation. And you'll notice here the release in those legs. The need for doing, you can release. And just begin to focus on non-doing here. So begin to feel those legs releasing from the top of the knee all the way down towards the feet. And allow that breath to continue to travel naturally in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Once again, breathing in here and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Good, and as you feel ready, eventually you'll begin to roll onto your side. So setting up for our next pose, which is called side lying. It's a side lying variation child's pose. You'll take a blanket, you'll place it right where your hip is, just so that your hip is resting. It's a good helpfulness for this blanket right here. Lets the hip rest. You'll rest the hip on that blanket. You'll release the head on down. So close the eyes here and breathe. Allowing the breath to move in through the nostrils. Allowing for the air to move out through the nostrils. Breathing in. And breathing out. So start by just simply noticing. Noticing the way that the side of the face releases down onto that blanket. Noticing the way that the outer chest releases down onto the bolster. Begin to feel the left hip releasing down as well. It's almost as if a hypnotic-like state of restfulness. The weight of the body, the hip, the knee, the legs. Feeling into that release. And then you'll come back to your breath. So just as you remember before, we started out with observing the breath, just simply the process of the inhalation and the exhalation across the tip of the nostrils. So adding on, you'll begin to notice the inhalation, the exhalation, and the spaces between the inhalation and the exhalation. So after you inhale, there is a very mild pause. And after you exhale, there is also a very mild pause. These are known as breath retentions. In yoga, pranayama, there is a space in between the breath. So we notice our inhale. We notice the pause after the inhale. We notice our exhale, and we notice our pause after the exhale. Inhale, noticing the pause. Exhale, noticing the pause. And as you allow that breath to release here, eventually you're going to begin to press your way up just slightly. And we're going to begin to change the height of this bolster. So now from our highest height, we'll move it down so we're only using a single block here and releasing the body back onto our side. So you can still place your left palm underneath the bolster here. And as you become a little closer down towards the ground, towards your mat, you should begin to feel a little bit more relaxed here. And just simply noticing. And the key word really is noticing how the weight of the body can release down towards the floor. And as we release here, noticing how you can let go a little bit more deeply down towards the ground. And eventually, you'll release the entire weight of the body down into the ground. And just let that breath be natural here. Let go of even worrying about the retentions. Just begin to notice your breath, both your inhalation and your exhalation. And then eventually you'll begin to feel that breath once again traveling into those nostrils, traveling out through the nostrils. You'll begin to press your way up. You You're going to take your way onto your back now and lie in a posture where the legs are elevated, your buttocks is on a blanket, and your legs are extended fully forward here. This is a variation of legs lifted pose. You can take a bolster and just place it on top of you, or a blanket. As you release here, just begin to notice your breath again. Noticing both your inhalations and your exhalations. And now what we're going to do is we're going to begin to do a exercise referred to as Reiki. It's not typically directly related to restorative practice per se, but it is an act of restoration. You'll take the hands, you'll place the palms at the center chest, you'll take the hands up to the forehead, and then you'll bring the hands back to the center chest. And you can repeat after me. Just for today, may I let go of fear. Just for today, may I let go of worry. Just for today, may I be happy. Just for today, may I be grateful. Just for today, may I be kind. Take your hands, place them over the eyes, and breathe here. Continue to rest those hands over the eyes. And just allow that breath to be long and slow. And as you place the hands over the eyes, you're just simply resting the body here. The gesture of placing the hands over the eyes is really a gesture of relaxation. It's a gesture of letting go. You can take those hands and place them over the top of the head. This is the second Reiki position. As you rest the hands over the head, you'll just close the eyes. And working with Reiki, we simply relax and release. Relax and release. Relax and release. Just breathing here. Mindful breaths. You can take those hands and place them on top of or behind the head. And breathe here. Breathe into those neck muscles. Breathe into those shoulders. Breathing. Breathing and releasing. And at this point, the act of doing is less. You should be more focused on the act of non-doing. In this class, this is not true of all life. It's true in this moment. So right now it's okay to just simply do the act of non-doing. In other moments, it's very necessary to do the act of doing, and vice versa. If you'd like, you can cycle back through those thoughts of letting go of worry, of letting go of fear, being happy, being yourself, being kind. These are the original principles of Reiki. They're not just created, they've been practiced for over 100 years. Just for today, may I let go of any anger or fear or worry. And be happy, grateful. Be yourself, authentic. And live in the present moment. Take those hands, place them on either side of the neck. And if you need to, you can change your position just simply by crossing your legs here and just resting. And breathing. Taking those hands and placing them over the chest. eventually you'll bring those feet to a bent position. Let the knees roll over to the right. If you'd like, what you can do is you can take your bolster. You can slide it up your legs. Grab that bolster, slide it up the legs. And just rest the legs over to the right like this. Hands are still on the chest. You breathe into that left waist. Breathe into the chest. And just continue to rest here. It's not always easy to rest, even in restorative poses. In fact, it takes time. Many times it takes time. But as time progresses, it becomes easier. It becomes easier to rest. And you'll take those legs and you'll bring them back to center and eventually drift the legs over to the other side. And keeping those hands on the chest, belly region, maybe sliding the hands to the belly. Eventually, have you roll those knees back to center and to the other side. You're going to press your way on up. You're going to take your bolster again. Place your bolster on the other side this time. Just like this. You can use a blanket for the hip if you'd like. A blanket between the legs if you'd like. And releasing the torso on down. Now see that the body releases down into that bolster. And just release here. So notice how the body releases down into that bolster. So you should feel as though both shoulders can release fully towards the respective elbows. Elbows can release back to the wrists, and the wrists can release all the way to the fingers. So you breathe here, feel that openness in the chest and the belly. And then you exhale, you release, relaxing and releasing. And really just continuing to relax and release here. And then eventually you're going to take a block again. You can bring both blocks over for now, but you're only going to need one of them, right, for this posture. You're just going to place a block right underneath that bolster again. Release on down. You're releasing the weight of the body and the chest onto that bolster. Relaxing any amount here. And eventually, you'll take that block, you'll place it on up, you'll take another block, you'll place it behind, and then you'll come back into the sideline posture. And just begin to observe here any amount of release.
back to our original position. Well, almost our original position. You're going to take yourself, sit on back. Release the head on down. Bring the feet together. Release the chest. So after a sequence, we move through, starting with our legs up the wall. Then we came into this position and we moved all the way down to the floor. Legs were up for a bit. And then we moved back up into the position, the second position we started with. As you continue to breathe here, just start to notice this relaxation from the forehead all the way down to the neck, from the neck all the way down to the chest. And your breath. So as you take this pose, just release face, chest, neck, shoulders, pelvis, legs, feet. This pose is usually a great pose to take just to relax the body. Just breathing here. You can move the head from right to left a few times. Stretch out those neck muscles. And one more time. Gonna roll over. Gonna press up and then take those legs up the wall. So you can just use one blanket here. You can use a blanket for the head, blanket for the hips. Just take those legs all the way up. You can bring the blanket underneath the pelvis, bring the other blanket underneath the head, and just release here. Especially if you have low back issues, just begin to bend the knees slightly. Otherwise, just let the legs be fully extended.
And once again, we're in a very familiar pose, a pose that we started with today. And as you take this pose, just begin to feel into those aspects of relaxation and mindfulness. As you lie here with the legs up the wall, it's a perfect opportunity just simply to rest. The need for doing can be stopped for now. You're just breathing in very gently in through the nose and out through the nose. You can repeat very gently towards yourself, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find well-being on this planet and all planets. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find well-being and peace on this planet and all planets. And Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find well-being on this planet and all planets. And eventually, moving those toes from side to side. Just resting here for another few moments. Bring those knees to a bent position. Roll the body over towards the side. Gently press your way up and find your way into a seated position, reclosing the eyes here. Crossing the legs, coming into a seated position, and taking the hands to the center chest. Exhale, releasing the chin towards the chest. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys are having a pleasant evening. Hopefully this practice finds you well tonight if you were able to join us. My name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our restorative yoga practice. Happens every Sunday at 5:30 till 6:25. And really nice class, so hopefully you guys can join us. If you enjoyed this class, you may want to join us for the wellness class every day at 3 p.m. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jason Gorenstein. I teach live streaming yoga every day of the week, including Saturdays and Sundays. We have class Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have class at 6 a.m. for beginners, 9 a.m. for all levels, 3 p.m. for intermediate, and 3 p.m. for wellness. So lots of classes throughout the week. Hopefully you can join us for a class. And if you enjoyed the page, please thumbs up, like, heart, share the page. I usually do a little sign off, so if you want to stick around for a moment or so, please feel free to. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining for this practice. My name is Jason Gorenstein, and this is our restorative yoga practice. So it happens every Sunday at 5:30. Next one is Sunday, June the 7th. If you guys enjoyed the class, please consider giving the thumbs up sign. If you are not already following, please give the like sign on the Facebook page. Feel free to join or add yourself to the Facebook group. Right now I'm just keeping everything between Facebook and YouTube, so I'm going to be uploading all already existing videos onto YouTube, and this way you guys can watch the videos afterwards. It makes it easier to watch after you've done the class, but all live streaming will stay on Facebook. Also, feel free to comment. Let me know if you guys have a particular style of teaching that you like, a particular class. Also, feel free to share the videos. Sharing the videos is always encouraged. I also have my Venmo QR code, so if you feel like sending any contributions, always grateful for those. I wish all of you a beautiful and restful evening tonight. Be well. Be happy, my friends. Namaste.